Welcome to Nightmare Chilling Legends, where we uncover the most spine-chilling tales. Tonight, we delve into the haunting story of the Greenbrier Ghost, the only case in US history where a ghost's testimony helped convict a murderer. In 1897, in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, a young woman named Zona Heaster Shue had just married a blacksmith named Edward Trout Shue. Zona was known to be lively and beautiful, with a bright future ahead. But just 3 months into her marriage, her life was cut tragically short. On a cold January morning, a local boy, sent by Trout on an errand, arrived at Zona's home. When he opened the door, he was met with a chilling sight. Zona lay motionless at the bottom of the stairs, her body twisted in an unnatural position. Her eyes were wide open, frozen in a final haunting gaze. The boy ran for help, and soon Dr. George Knapp, the local physician, arrived. By the time the doctor reached the house, Trout had already moved Zona's body upstairs to the bed and dressed her in a high-necked dress with a stiff collar, a rather unusual choice. Normally, preparing the body for burial was the job of local women, not the grieving husband. Dr. Knapp was struck by Trout's overbearing presence. Trout cradled Zona's head during the examination and wept uncontrollably, discouraging the doctor from examining her closely. After a brief and incomplete examination, Dr. Knapp declared the cause of death to be everlasting faint, a vague diagnosis, likely heart failure. Zona was soon buried in the local cemetery, and it seemed that her story had ended. But this was just the beginning. Zona's mother, Mary Jane Heaster, never trusted Trout. From the moment her daughter married him, she had an uneasy feeling. Trout had a mysterious past, with rumors of previous marriages and strange behavior. After Zona's sudden death, that sense of unease grew into certainty. Something was terribly wrong. A few weeks after Zona's burial, Mary Jane began to experience terrifying, vivid dreams. For 4 nights in a row, she claimed that Zona's ghost appeared at her bedside. The apparition was both beautiful and horrifying, dressed in the same high-necked dress she was buried in. But it was Zona's final message that truly shocked Mary Jane. Her daughter revealed that Trout had been abusive, violent, and had ultimately killed her by breaking her neck. In a chilling display, the ghost turned her head around completely to demonstrate the injury Trout had inflicted on her. These nightly visits haunted Mary Jane, and after 4 nights of these spectral encounters, she knew she had to act. Desperate to seek justice, she went to the local prosecutor, John Preston, and demanded her daughter's body be exhumed. At first, the prosecutor was skeptical. Ghostly testimony wasn't exactly solid evidence, but Mary Jane's persistence paid off, and he eventually agreed to reopen the case. Zona's body was exhumed, and a proper autopsy was conducted. What the doctors found was disturbing. Her neck had indeed been broken, and her windpipe was crushed. The injuries suggested that Zona had been strangled, with clear bruising around her throat. The ghost's claims had proven true. Edward Trout Shue was promptly arrested for murder. During the trial, Mary Jane took the stand and bravely recounted the ghostly visits that had led to the exhumation. Surprisingly, her testimony wasn't dismissed as madness. The jury listened carefully, and despite the strange nature of the evidence, it was clear that Trout was guilty. He was convicted of Zona's murder and sentenced to life in prison. Trout Shue died a few years later in the Moundsville Penitentiary, his reputation forever stained by the spectral testimony of his murdered wife. The case remains one of the most unusual in legal history, the only known instance where a ghost's testimony played a pivotal role in convicting a killer. Today, the legend of the Greenbrier Ghost lives on in West Virginia. Zona's spirit is said to still linger near her grave, watching over those who dare to visit. Locals say that her story is a reminder that even in death, the truth will find a way to emerge. So what do you think? Was it truly a ghost seeking justice? Or was it simply a mother's grief manifesting in mysterious ways? Either way, the story of the Greenbrier Ghost continues to haunt those who hear it. If you love stories of haunted history and ghostly encounters, subscribe to Nightmare Chilling Legends, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, and share your thoughts on this chilling case. What haunted tale should we uncover next?